Did you know? In many animal shelters across the country, the dogs most frequently labeled as pit bulls also score exceptionally well on temperament tests. In fact, their passing rates often surpass those of many beloved, seemingly gentler breeds. It is a surprising fact. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why do these dogs have such a fearsome reputation when their true nature can be so loving and stable? The stories we hear in the news often paint a very different picture. This contrast between perception and reality is at the heart of a great misunderstanding, one that affects millions of dogs and the families who could love them. The topic of pit bulls is filled with strong emotions and many opinions. For every negative headline, there are countless untold stories of loyalty, affection, gentle companionship. My goal today is not to dismiss anyone's fears, but to open our minds and to open our hearts to a different perspective. We will explore the truth about these incredible animals. We will see that, like any dog, their behavior is shaped by their environment training the humans they trust. They are not born monsters. They are dogs waiting for a chance to show their true, loving selves. We often judge things based on the labels we give them. This is especially true for dogs we call pit bulls. This single word creates a powerful image in many people's minds. For some, it brings up feelings of fear and danger. These stereotypes are not born from personal experience. Instead, they come from stories passed down, from news reports, from what we see in movies. A stereotype is like a shortcut for our brains. It lets us make a quick judgment without knowing all the facts. But that shortcut is dangerous. It closes our minds and prevents us from seeing the individual dog right in front of us. This negative label has a real and devastating impact. Landlords might refuse to rent to families who own one. The stereotype becomes more powerful than reality. This prejudice is unfair to millions of loving, gentle pit bull-type dogs. The term pit bull is part of the problem. It's not a single recognized breed. It's a general label covering several breeds. It's also used for mixed-breed dogs with stocky bodies and broad heads. Stereotypes create a cycle of fear. Breaking the cycle starts with one step: questioning the label. Look past the word pit bull and see the dog. Judge by actions and character, not a reputation they didn't create. Every dog deserves a chance to be seen for who they really are. The media plays a very big role in shaping how we see the world, and this includes how we see pit bull-type dogs. News organizations know that stories that create fear get a lot of attention. A headline about a dog attack is much more likely to be clicked on and shared than a story about a pit bull cuddling with a child. This focus on negative events creates a distorted picture of reality. How many times have you seen a report about a pit bull that works as a therapy dog, visiting hospitals to comfort sick patients? Or a story about a pit bull that saved its family from a fire? These stories happen all the time, but they rarely make the front page. The media's choice of what to report and what to ignore creates a strong bias. When a dog bite involves a Labrador, the breed is often not mentioned in the headline. The story might just say "dog bites child." But if the dog even looks like a pit bull, the word pit bull is almost always front and center, in big, bold letters. This selective reporting makes it seem like only pit bulls are ever involved in negative incidents. This creates a powerful and misleading association in our minds. Pit bull equals danger. But as responsible citizens and dog lovers, we have to be smarter consumers of information. We need to ask questions. Is this story giving me the whole picture? Is it fair to blame an entire group of dogs for the actions of one? We can look for the positive stories that are not being told and share them. We can challenge the narrative that has been built on fear and ratings. It is not just the news that creates a negative image of pit bulls. Movies and television shows have also played a huge part. For instance, when a movie wants to show that a character is a villain, they often give him a pit bull on a heavy chain. The dog is usually shown growling, barking, straining to attack. It immediately tells the audience, "This is a dangerous situation." This repeated portrayal has a deep effect on our subconscious. We start to associate the look of a pit bull with the scary characters and situations we see on screen. The dog is no longer just a dog. it is a prop used to create a feeling of menace. Hollywood rarely shows the other side. We do not see pit bulls as loving family pets, playing gently with children, sleeping at the foot of the bed. This is a form of typecasting. Pit bulls have been cast as the villains of the dog world. They are simply obstacles for the hero to overcome. They bark, they snarl, they attack. It ignores their intelligence, their capacity for love, their desire to please their owners. When this powerful storytelling tool is used over and over again to paint pit bulls as monsters, it solidifies the public's fear. We need filmmakers, showrunners, who are willing to break the mold and portray pit bulls as the heroes and loving companions they so often are. Until then, we must be aware that the villain on the screen is a character, not a true representation of these loyal dogs. All of this fear, fueled by the media and movies, has led to a very real and harmful outcome: breed-specific legislation, or BSL. This is when a government passes a law that restricts or bans certain types of dogs based on their appearance. They punish all dogs that happen to look a certain way. Families are sometimes forced to give up their beloved pet or move to another town. It is a heartbreaking situation based on prejudice, not facts. Major animal welfare and veterinary organizations are strongly opposed to BSL. They know that any dog can bite, regardless of its breed. It simply punishes responsible dog owners, while doing nothing to address the real causes of dog aggression. These laws often rely on non-experts to identify a dog's breed just by looking at it. This is incredibly inaccurate. Studies have shown that even people who work with dogs every day are very bad at guessing the breed mix of a dog based on sight alone. This means that countless mixed breed dogs are wrongly labeled as pit bulls and sentenced to be banned or euthanized because of these unfair laws. A much more effective approach is called breed-neutral legislation. These better laws focus on things like leash laws, spay and neuter programs, public education about dog bite prevention. This approach targets the real problem: irresponsible ownership. It holds the right people accountable for their dog's actions. BSL is a lazy, ineffective, and discriminatory policy that hurts dogs and the people who love them without making anyone any safer. One of the most persistent and frightening myths about pit bulls is the idea that they have a special locking jaw. This is a terrifying image used for years to portray them as uniquely dangerous monsters. This belief fuels fear, but it is completely, 100% false. It has no basis in science or biology. Dr. Lair Brisbane, a senior research scientist from the University of Georgia, an expert in dog anatomy, has studied the skulls and the jaws of pit bull-type dogs extensively. He and other experts confirm the anatomy of a pit bull's jaw is exactly the same as any other dog's jaw. There are no special bones. There are no special muscles. There are no special locking systems. So, where did this powerful myth come from? It likely originated from the breed's history in bull baiting. The dogs used there were bred for tenacity. They were known to hold on firmly, not because of a physical lock, but because of strong will and powerful jaw muscles. That determination, which can make them incredibly loyal, has been twisted into a frightening biological myth. This myth is harmful because it suggests pit bulls are beyond control. Debunking this lie is critical. We need to replace scary fiction with simple facts. They can be very strong, which is why training and responsible ownership are so important. But they are not biological anomalies. They are just dogs. Many people believe these dogs are born with a switch that can flip, turning a loving pet into an unpredictable danger. People say it's in their blood, in their genetics. That's scientifically wrong, and it ignores key factors that shape behavior: training, socialization, environment. Aggression is not a breed trait. It's an individual behavior. It can appear in any dog, from the smallest Chihuahua to the largest Great Dane, influenced by many things, including poor breeding practices, lack of early socialization, abusive or neglectful owners. A dog kept chained its whole life is far more likely to become aggressive. a dog treated as a cherished family member is far less likely. Historically, pit bull-type breeds were bred to be friendly and stable with people. Handlers needed to handle dogs without being bitten. Their desire to please people is one of their defining traits. When a pit bull is aggressive, it's not genetic destiny. It's a dog failed by humans, a result of abuse, neglect, or lack of guidance and training. Blaming the breed is the easy way out. Responsibility always comes back to the human. Now that we have looked at the myths, let's explore the reality, found in the quiet, everyday moments of love and loyalty. Take the story of Lily, a pit bull who saw a freight train speeding toward her unconscious owner. With no thought for her own safety, Lily pulled her owner off the tracks just in time. In the process, she was struck by the train herself, but she saved the human she loved. This was an act of pure, selfless heroism. Another amazing story is that of Kilo, a pit bull in New York. When a home invader broke in and attacked his owner, Kilo did not hesitate. He lunged at the intruder, fighting him off and giving his owner a chance to escape and call for help. He was not a trained guard dog. He was a beloved family pet who instinctively put himself in harm's way to protect them. All across the country, there are stories just like these. There is the story of Mercy and the story of Lefty. They are acting out of a deep and powerful bond with their humans. These heroic actions challenge the stereotype. They show us a completely different side of the pit bull character, one defined by courage, intelligence, and a profound sense of loyalty. One of the most damaging myths about pit bulls is that they are not safe around children. But for those who have experienced it, the bond between a pit bull and a child can be one of the most beautiful things to witness. Historically, these dogs were even known as nanny dogs because of their gentle and protective nature. Many pit bulls seem to have a special patience and tolerance for the clumsy, loud energy of children. Consider the countless videos and photos shared by families online. Pit bulls are often very sensitive to the emotions of their humans, and they seem to understand that children are small and delicate. Of course, as with any dog of any breed, supervision is always required. But the natural disposition of a well-raised pit bull is often one of a gentle and watchful guardian. The key, as always, is a responsible owner who raises both the dog and the child with respect for one another. The image of a dangerous beast simply melts away when you see a massive, muscular pit bull gently licking ice cream off a giggling toddler's nose. While the media focuses on aggression, a growing army of pit bulls is quietly proving the stereotype wrong by working as therapy dogs. These are dogs that have passed rigorous temperament tests to prove they are calm, gentle, and reliable. They visit hospitals, nursing homes, schools, disaster areas. Imagine a sick child in a hospital bed, scared and in pain. Rosie puts her head on the edge of the bed. The child begins to pet her, and a small smile appears. The dog's calm, non-judgmental presence is a powerful form of medicine. For a few minutes, the child is not a patient. They are just a kid petting a dog. Organizations like the Animal Farm Foundation and Bad Rap specifically train and certify pit bull-type dogs for this kind of work. Their temperament tests consistently show that these dogs are among the most stable and people-friendly of all dog types. They are ambassadors for their breed, changing minds one comforting cuddle at a time. This work directly counters the narrative of fear. A dog that is inherently aggressive or unpredictable could never pass the tests required. They are not just good dogs, they are exceptional dogs, capable of providing a deep level of emotional support and healing. You do not need to be in a life-or-death situation to see a pit bull's protective instincts at work. Many owners will tell you how their pit bull is always alert to strange noises at night, to alert the family that something is different. This behavior provides a huge sense of security for the people in the house. I once worked with a family whose pit bull, Blue, would always position himself between the baby's stroller and any strangers who got too close. He did not bark or snarl. He simply used his body to create a zone of safety. He was being a gentle, watchful protector, a silent guardian for the most vulnerable member of his pack. This protective nature is often misunderstood. An outsider might see aggression, but the owner knows their dog is simply assessing the situation. A well-trained pit bull looks to its owner for cues. If the owner is calm and relaxed, the dog will relax too. A pit bull that knows its owner is in control does not feel the need to be overly reactive. It can relax. The dog's presence alone is a deterrent, but its behavior is calm and controlled. A state that countless pit bulls achieve every day in loving homes around the world. If you ask a pit bull owner to describe their dog, one of the most common words you will hear is cuddly. Despite their muscular build, many pit bulls seem to believe they are small lapdogs. This often means climbing onto the sofa, wriggling under the covers in bed, or leaning their entire body weight against their person's legs. For a rescue pit bull that may have had a difficult past, these moments are especially meaningful. When a dog who was once scared and alone learns to trust again and shows that trust by falling asleep in its owner's arms, it is a beautiful transformation. The media image is one of a dog on a heavy chain, not one snuggled under a blanket on a couch. It is the dog leaning in for a kiss, not lunging for a bite. It is the pit bull smile. It is the full-body tail wag. These are the everyday behaviors that define what it is really like to live with a pit bull. They are not just dogs we own. They are family members who share our homes, our sofas, and our hearts. Yes! One of the most wonderful traits of pit bull-type dogs is their powerful desire to please their owners. This quality makes them incredibly trainable. Whether you are teaching them basic commands or more complex activities like agility or obedience competitions, a pit bull will often give you its full attention and effort. They truly want to get it right. A dog that seems stubborn is often just a dog that is confused or has not been shown clear leadership. With a pit bull, if you provide calm, consistent rules and positive reinforcement, they will learn very quickly. A training session is not a chore for them. It is quality time with their favorite person, and they cherish that opportunity to work together as a team. This trainability is why you see pit bulls succeeding in so many different dog sports. They excel in weight pulling. They are stars in agility. A tired, well-exercised pit bull with a job to do is a happy and balanced pit bull. An owner who understands the importance of training and leadership will find that they have a dream dog on their hands, genuinely happy to do so. Another stereotype that follows pit bulls is that they are inherently aggressive toward other dogs. It is irresponsible to ignore this history. However, it is equally wrong to assume that every dog with a blocky head is destined to be dog aggressive. Countless pit bull type dogs today absolutely love the company of other dogs. The key to having a social pit bull is the same as with any dog: early and positive socialization. It will learn how to play appropriately, how to read another dog's body language, and how to greet other dogs politely. Many pit bulls who are well socialized become the stars of the dog park. They are not looking for a fight. They are looking for a playmate. I have seen so many pit bulls in multi-dog households, whether they are other pit bulls, small chihuahuas, or even cats. The problems arise when a dog is isolated, unsocialized. Again, it comes back to responsible ownership. To say that all pit bulls are dog aggressive is simply false. We can help these dogs live up to their potential as loving and playful companions to both humans and other dogs. Beyond being family pets and therapy dogs, pit bull type dogs are also proving their worth in many other important jobs. For example, pit bulls are now being trained and used as search and rescue dogs. These dogs use their powerful noses to find people trapped in the rubble. In law enforcement, pit bulls are becoming stars in detection. They are trained to sniff out illegal drugs, explosives, bed bugs, and certain types of cancer. For the dog, this is not a chore, it's the best game. One famous working pit bull was named Popsicle. After rescue, he was trained as a narcotics detection dog and became one of the top K9s in the country. A pit bull with a job is a fulfilled pit bull. These roles let them channel instincts positively. These working dogs are ambassadors for their breed. They are talented, dedicated, and heroic partners. There is a beautiful two-way street of healing that often happens when a person adopts a rescue pit bull. Veterans dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, individuals struggling with depression or anxiety, people who have felt judged or misunderstood. They see a kindred spirit in the eyes of a shelter pit bull, a soul that has been unfairly labeled and cast aside. I have spoken with countless veterans who have told me their pit bull saved their life. A calm, steady pit bull can provide a sense of grounding and purpose. The simple routine of feeding, walking, and caring for the dog provides structure to the day. The dog's unconditional love and non-judgmental presence can break through the walls of isolation. People battling depression often find that the responsibility of owning a dog forces them to get out of bed. A pit bull's goofy antics can bring a smile on the darkest of days. In this beautiful relationship, the rescuer truly becomes the rescued. It shows that by opening our hearts to an animal that society has rejected, we can often find the very thing we needed to heal ourselves. Perhaps the most powerful evidence comes directly from the people who live with them every day. They use words like goofy, loving, snuggly, loyal, my best friend. One owner from Ohio told me, "My pit bull, Gus, is the biggest baby in the world. He's scared of thunderstorms, but he would do anything for our two young kids. I trust him more than I trust some people." Owners constantly express surprise at the contrast between their dog's tough appearance and its incredibly soft, gentle personality. Another owner shared, "Adopting my pit bull, Penny, was the best decision I ever made. I was going through a tough time. She greets me at the door with so much excitement, it's like I'm the greatest person on earth. She's just pure, uncomplicated love." They are not just passive pets, they are active participants in our emotional lives. While statistics can be debated and headlines can be biased, the love between an owner and their dog is an undeniable truth. Their message is simple: judge the individual, not the label. This is the story of the Miller family and a pit bull named Leo. Their 6-year-old son, Noah, was diagnosed with a severe anxiety disorder and selective mutism. This meant that Noah was so overwhelmed by fear that he was unable to speak. His world was getting smaller and smaller. One day, Sarah read an article about the calming effect animals can have. A volunteer gently suggested she just meet one. That is when she saw Leo. He had scars on his face and cowered at the back of his kennel. He was overlooked by everyone. She saw a soul that was just as scared and misunderstood as her own son.
"A pit bull, Sarah, with Noah? Are you crazy?" he asked. Tom was strongly against the idea.
After many long and difficult conversations, Tom reluctantly agreed. When Leo first came home, the house was filled with tension. Noah, in turn, watched the dog from a distance. Tom kept a close eye on them both, his mind filled with worry and doubt. Sarah tried to encourage interaction. Leo would just watch it, too afraid to engage. One afternoon, Leo lay down a few feet away. He let out a long, soft sigh. Noah stopped what he was doing and looked at the dog. The true test of their bond came on a cold autumn night. A faulty wire in the basement had sparked, and a slow, smoldering fire began. It was a quiet fire, producing thick, black smoke, and a deadly, odorless gas carbon monoxide. The home's smoke detectors had old batteries. They remained silent. In Noah's room, Leo began to stir. His sensitive nose detected the strange, acrid smell. He got up and nudged Noah's hand. Noah just mumbled in his sleep. Leo became more frantic. He took a deep breath and let out a loud, deep-chested bark. Bark, bark, bark. In the master bedroom, Sarah and Tom stirred. "It's Leo," Tom said. "Something's wrong." Tom stumbled out of bed and opened the bedroom door. He was hit with a wall of thick, acrid smoke. "Fire!" he yelled. Tom dropped to the floor, crawling under the smoke, following the sound of Leo's barks.
Inside, Leo was now beside Noah's bed, licking his face frantically. Tom grabbed his son. "Leo, come on, boy."
He stayed with them, nudging them, barking, guiding his pack to safety. He was the last one out the front door.
Your smoke detectors weren't working. That dog saved all of your lives tonight.
Sarah looked at Leo, tears of overwhelming gratitude. This dog was their hero. Then the true miracle happened. It was a single quiet word. He reached out, wrapped his small arms around Leo's thick neck, and then he spoke his first word to anyone other than his parents in over a year.
Leo!
For Sarah and Tom, it was as if the world stopped.
Leo! Good boy, Leo!
It was broken by a hero pitbull who had not only saved his family from a fire, but had also rescued a little boy from his prison of silence. Throughout our journey today, we have walked a path from fear to understanding. We saw how myths are born, and we replaced that fiction with facts and heartwarming truths. The climax of our exploration was the powerful story of Leo. He became the hero who saved his entire family. Leo's story is a testament to the potential in so many dogs waiting in shelters right now. The most important voice is yours. I encourage you to go to the comments section right now and tell us your story. Let's fill this space with so much positivity that it drowns out the noise of fear and misinformation. Like this video, share it on your social media, subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell. Click on the video you see on your screen to learn more about fundamental dog training techniques that work for any breed. Remember to be calm, be confident, and be the leader your dog deserves. Together, we can change the world for these dogs, one story, one share, and one balanced dog at a time.